Ah, shit. This is a video I didn't want to have to make, and I'm wearing this hat because this was a woman who I'm making this video about. This was her favorite hat to see me in. She loved when I wore this hat, and my Red Phillies one, which I don't know where the fuck that is, but for some reason she loved when I wore this hat. It's been over 3 long years since I last saw your face. Well, physically. And that's why I'm making this video. Your birthday was 2 days ago. Your mother, who I no longer talk to, but if they happen to watch this video, I'd like to say, hi Mama, hi Big Daddy. I know you guys want to move on with your lives and don't really bother with me, and I don't want to bug you guys, but if you're watching this, I want you to know you guys are in my thoughts just about every day, and I still love you both. Um, Moving on, I seen a beautiful picture of you and your mom that your your mom posted the other day. Made me smile, but at the same time it made me cry because there shouldn't be memories, there shouldn't be what ifs, there shouldn't be any there shouldn't be any motherfucking whys. There should be moments, there should be creations, there should be smiles, there should be answers. You had all of them and more for me. And it doesn't take an Einstein to see since March 31st, 2013, my world has fallen apart. And those of you that have talked to me since that day probably won't notice if you didn't know about this incident, but those of you that knew me before, you can see that I'm not the same Eddie. I show glimpses. I I smile temporarily. I skip, I dance, I sing, I do things that Alyssa brought out of me, but it's just hard to keep it consistent because at the end of the day, you realize that all this bad shit that comes and goes, you realize that the person you were destined to be with, the only person you wanted to spend your life with, the person you would have done anything to spend your life with, is gone, and you can't bring it back. And there's gonna be people telling me to stop bitching, stop crying, because Alyssa won't want me to cry. But you know what? I asked myself what she would do if the shoe were on the other foot. And I let it get into my head that she never cared about me when she died. I let it get into my head that maybe she didn't love me, and that's bullshit. Because she did. I know she did. She begged me when I did something that goes beyond words. Disgusting, slimy, douchebaggy, scumbag, whatever you want to fucking call it. Stoop to a low no man should ever stoop. When I had my bags packed and I was ready to move for her benefit, the night that I was moving out, night before I was moving out, she cried. She sat on the couch. We were eating mac and cheese and ramen. Yes, we put mac and cheese in our ramen. Weird, I know. That was me and Snugs for you. But here's a personal story. She looks at me and she starts bawling. I knew something was wrong because I kept asking her. I knew her better than I knew myself. And she would say, nothing, Eddie, I'm fine. And she got mad. I looked at her, I smiled. I was like, baby, Alyssa, I know you. I know you better than you might know yourself. I know I've only known you for like a year, but come on, talk to me. She starts bawling, and I'm like, baby, what's wrong? She looks at me, she goes, Eddie, I don't want you to leave. I'm scared of what's going to happen if you leave. Please don't leave. And I started bawling, and I wrapped my arms around her. I kissed her on her forehead, looked into her gorgeous eyes, which were the most gorgeous pair of eyes that I've ever seen. Stroked her long dark hair, which was kind of gingery at the time, a little gingy. And I said to her, Alyssa, if you want me to stay, I will stay. I don't want anybody to hate me. I don't want anybody, but I don't care what anybody thinks about you. If you want me here, I'm here. No questions asked. That's all you gotta say, babe. And she looked at me, she smiled, and she said, but I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. I was like, Alyssa, I never wanted to leave. I did it because I wanted to do what was right for you and your family. See, I always put Alyssa first. Even when I would get mad at her and get frustrated, I know I was an asshole, and I know at times I was hard on her, but now, can you see why I was so hard on you? Now look, I told you what would happen if you kept living this life. I told you what would happen to me if something happened to you. Something happened to you. I was right. Look what's happened to me since you're gone. I had goals, baby. I had ambition. You brought out a new man in me, and I just don't know how to fucking do it without you. I don't. It's like I'm hopeless. And everybody else that comes into my life, whether it's a male or female, whether it's a friend or something more, it's temporary. I'm waiting for it to end because it's not good enough to me. I don't need fucking friends. I don't need to drink booze. I don't need fucking a bunch of manservants following me around trying to wipe my fucking ass, laugh at every single joke I crack. I need you. I need the woman that made me crack jokes. I need the woman whose face lit up with a smile every time I said something. I need the woman who lit up my room and lit up my heart. I need my Alyssa. It's not the same without you. I see these pictures of you floating around. I have my own pictures in my head of memories, and it just pisses me off because there should have been so much more. There was so much more to life. So senseless. I don't know. I know. And trust me, I struggle with my own addiction every day. And who knows if I'm not going to lose my life one day. I'm on the right, straight, narrow path right now, but who's to say this shit won't be in my mind 2 years from now? And, you know, who's to say I won't find a woman 2 years from now? It's just, I don't know. Maybe I push women away because they're not good enough. Because it's not you. And I'm sorry to anybody who I fucked with that's watching this, but I'm sorry. You would not have been in the picture if Alyssa be gone. And that's that. I can't cut and dry. I can't, there's no other way to word it. I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but if that makes me a dickhead, give me my fucking last shoe. Because that was the woman for me. She understood me. She respected me. She bettered me. She made me. There's no other way to word that. Life is just, I'm just going through emotions since she passed. It's like I'm just waiting. Just want each day to go as quickly as possible and live in my own little world. And I'm not making this for sympathy. I'm not making it for pity. I'm not making it for attention. I'm making it because this is how it is. Me being me, as always. But what is me anymore? I don't even know what or who is me anymore. Because half of me, half of this, gone, and it went up there. And I know you're in heaven smiling down. And I know you're up there with Aaron. And I'm happy with that because maybe you two were meant to be together. But at the same time, that's not what fate had in mind because you chose your route. Fate didn't choose it. It wasn't destiny. It wasn't fate. It was a poor decision on your part. And I look at things, and this is why I wonder, was I the reason you went back to that? And I know things weren't all peaches and cream, but we fought through everything. I don't know. You should have told me. I know I got frustrated with you, but it just pissed me off when I would find out shit and you never told me. Such a shame you left my life so soon, Alyssa Karen. You should have told me what was up. But you left me far behind. And sadly,